Hence, the current hardship faced by travelers, from our opinion, is unacceptable. It is therefore gladdening to state that the project, conceived over 5 years, is seeing the light of the day at the terminal in Port-Harcourt, is complete and ready to be commissioned by Mr. President. It is also our expectation that the commissioning of other terminals in Abuja and Kano and in Enugu, which is being funded from the federal government appropriation, will follow suit in due course. The new terminal building being commissioned has the capacity to process 7 million passengers annually. Your Excellency, 7 million passengers is 15 times the number of total passengers in the country of Ghana, just for emphasis. The terminal has 24 check-in counters, 3 baggage collection carousels, 12 immigration desks at arrival and 16 immigration desks at departure, 4 security screening points, 4 passenger boarding gates, and a host of other facilities. Today, aviation remaining the safest means of transportation, and from a global standpoint, modern commercial aircraft connected 4.1 billion passengers on scheduled services in 2017, representing an additional 280 million flights over 2016 figures of 3.8 billion passengers and 35 million flights. According to International Air Transport Association, IATA, and International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, projections, global air travel is expected to increase to 7.4 billion by 2030. At this point in time, Nigeria is well positioned to tap the benefit expected from the surge in global air transport by 2030 by provision of this kind of facility. The current strategy of investment in infrastructure and its regulation will ensure Nigeria is not left behind in this exercise. Under the current administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, the transportation sector continues to undergo a series of reforms in order to sustain international best practice and ensure safety and security. For us in aviation, we are bothered of how safe you depart an airport and how secure is the airport and how safe do you land in point B, the next airport, and how secure is that airport itself. So we decided and drew a roadmap to which Mr. President graciously approved and therefore also endorsed by Council, and some of the roadmap, or all of the roadmap, are in various stages of completion. Some of them saw the reconstruction and rehabilitation of runways, installation of navigational equipment at all nations' major airports. The ongoing works in the terminal building in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu will be completed soon. Opening of flights, new routes through bilateral air service agreements was given attention by government. Commitment to global aviation safety and security, where Nigeria retained the Federal Aviation Administration FAA Category 1 status as a result of strict regulatory compliance policies after a routine international audit. Licensing of the aviation security personnel of fund to carry arms and complement the efforts of other agencies in handling security threats across our airports is being done. Establishment of ICAO Aviation Security Training College in Lagos, which provides assurances to the aviation community that Fund Training Center can successfully implement and sustain national and regional aviation security training programs. By this endorsement, Nigeria is completing the efforts of ICAO Global Aviation Security Training Center Network. The same accreditation was given by the Airport Council International. Certification of Int'l International Airport and Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, which is the first time in the history of Nigeria's aviation that an airport in Nigeria has been certified to international best practice and standards. Your Excellency, through the efforts of your administration, Nigeria scored above 96% in security as audited by International Civil Aviation Organization, which is of course near perfect. And Nigeria also scored above 67% in safety. And Your Excellency, Mr. President, I wish to inform you that 67% is well above global average. Attainment of International Standard Organization ISO 9001 of 2015 by Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, made Nigeria the only country to achieve this feat in Africa. Full implementation of air safety recommendations released by Accident Investigation Bureau to enhance safety and security of the sector. The Accident Investigation Bureau has so far released 21 accident reports out of about 20 abundant accident investigation inherited. Your Excellency, accident investigation is very critical to our activity in aviation because they are like what in medicine is determined as post-mortem. It tells us where we go wrong for us to make amends so that we prevent it in the future. The acts establishing our agencies have been reviewed and approved by Council and is now awaiting National Assembly passage. And these reforms, Your Excellency, and many more, have affirmed to the world that our industry is safe and secure. This is one of the reasons why International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, held World Aviation Forum in this country, Nigeria, and the first to be held outside the headquarters of ICAO in Montreal. We also held the remotely piloted aircraft system symposium, also drawing the world. Mr. President, at that time, over 120 countries were present, at the ministerial level, most of them. This underscores the picture being painted of aviation in Nigeria to the world. As aviation is one, there's no aviation B. We must measure up to the same international standards that is being practiced all over the world. Thus, to increase the value of airports and infrastructure, especially with the ongoing plans to concession 4 of our airports, it must be appreciated. According to Nigeria Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, some $775 billion is required to develop Nigeria's transportation infrastructure over the next 30 years. Nigeria needs to attract quality investment through PPP in order to make our airports world-class, profitable, efficient, comfortable, safe, and more importantly, secure. Given our desire to develop into a regional air transportation hub, we remain committed to ensuring that our industry remains safe and secure, and above all, to keep pace with the global world trend. Mr. President, we remain steadfast in our efforts to ensure the repositioning of the industry and the economy. The latest 2018 Global Competitiveness Index ranking by the World Economic Forum is an indication that we are on the right track. I find it appropriate at this point to extend my appreciation to Mr. President for the support and guidance at all times. To also thank the good people of Port-Harcourt, and especially the River State and government and our esteemed passengers for their patience during the construction period. I have no doubt that this project will greatly impact on air transportation, on airport users, and on the entire economy and the people of Nigeria. My appreciation goes also to the Chinese government, the China Exim Bank for their financial support, and then the contractor CCECC for keeping faith on the project, and to the consultants for their professionalism. To my team at the Federal Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Finance, Debt Management Office, and all MDS, I thank you very much indeed. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, it's my singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency Mr. President to officially commission the International Terminal of Port-Harcourt Airport, Omagh River State. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of State Aviation, Senator Hadi Srika. Whilst we will pause a while.
Hello, this invitation will be after, of course, the speech by His Excellency the Governor. Thank you very much indeed.
One round of applause.